DJ General Mills.
It's time to get to the business. Drake, Pusha T. Oh my gosh. I love this debate. This is the Celtics Lakers of the 80s. This is the, I don't know what type of rivalry, maybe the Yankees, Red Sox. This is just a rivalry that just will not die. And as a fan of hip hop, I'm so excited. Oh man. So I was awoken up out of my slumber from Twitter going ablaze. So when I go on Twitter this morning, it's a verse from Pusha T that is circulating. Now, I've never heard of this verse, never seen this verse, but I immediately got excited. Let me just say this now. Pusha T has been rapping God level bars. He's been spitting past 4 years. He's been spitting. It's just been, he hasn't dropped a verse. I mean, oh my gosh. Normally rappers hit 40, they looking at retirement. He just warming up. He has been dropping God level bars. It's been incredible. Anyway, get woken up out of my slumber because I see that a verse from a song has been leaked and I had no idea. So I immediately go look up the verse, and it's to Pop Smoke's Paranoia, which was on the album. I think on the original song, or the song that made the album, it was Young Thug and Gunna. Now, to be honest with you, that album was great. I don't specifically remember this song, but this verse is amazing. I think that's going to be a phone call. I think that's going to be a conversation. But I'm hoping that Drake responds. Like I said, this is the 80s Lakers Celtics. You know, there's nothing fun about this. A lot of people don't even know where the beef started. I don't even know where the beef fully started. I know it was an issue from back in the day, from like 05 or something like that. Now that Drake is now at this position, he gotta stand up. It's his turn up to bat. I don't know. I don't know what Drake does in this type of situation. I don't think that Drake is unbarrable. I think a lot of people look at Drake and they're like, oh, okay, like Drake gonna get barred up. I don't think so. I think a lot of people look at the whole ghostwriter thing and say Drake is, you know, he does ghostwriting and or he gets ghostwritten for, and he doesn't know how to respond to these types of things. I think when you put Drake in battle like this is where Drake shows his strength. I think that Drake secretly hated the fact that he had to back out of that battle. I think he knows that backing out of that battle meant that he saved his brand. I don't know Drake, never met him, never seen him a day before in my life, you know. But I do know one thing from his music. Drake is always prepared. Doesn't matter if he's somebody's writing his music or if it was ghostwritten or whatever, he's always prepared. He doesn't do anything without 5 or 6 moves already in place. So he probably heard about this verse already. He probably has something in the tuck prepared. I don't know. As of right now, I haven't heard anything back about it, but he might have something in the tuck prepared for this exact moment. I'm very curious to see what he's going to do. I don't want this to get misconstrued. I don't want this to get changed. I don't want this to become an issue. Drake is Drake. So if Drake responds, he has to do it very carefully. Watching that Rap Radar interview with him, you could tell Drake's very cocky, very sure of himself. But he had to be in order to get to the position that he's at right now. My man couldn't have been one of the top tier rappers in the world without being that cocky. You just can't get in this industry and doubt yourself. you got to be top tier. You got to act top tier. You got to be the man. You got to act like the man. Drake acts like the man. So it's very interesting. I mean, the DJ in me wants records. I don't want violence. I don't want, death or anything like that. Like, I grew up in the 90s. I remember Biggie and Tupac. I remember watching MTV, living in Chicago and watching the death of Tupac being announced on MTV with Kurt Loder. Like, I remember these things. So I've seen that. I've seen the unfortunate passing of Nipsey. I've seen, the unfortunate passing of Jam Master Jay. So violence and hip hop are together. They're together forever. I don't want to see violence. I don't think it'll get to that. But I do want to see sport. This is a sport. Hip hop is different. Hip hop is not country or pop music. This is a sport. It looks cool to make money. It looks cool to talk a lot of game. This is a sport. And in sport, there should be a victor. There should be a victory. So very curious to see how Drake responds to this. These subtle shots are not so subtle. So I'm very interested to see if Drake's response will be not so subtle. Besides, we're in the mood for Drake's music. Drake is probably about to gear up to drop like soon. I would not be shocked if Drake doesn't drop in the fall. So that means that he's in top-notch shape. He's in shape for this type of issue. So we'll see. This all could be just smoke. Drake could legitimately leave it alone and make hundreds of millions and keep it moving. But this will be very, very interesting to see what happens.